Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Gebo the Shaman, and today we're talking about self-transformation. Self-transformation, it's people refer to that in different ways. Like, transforming, physical appearance, transforming, self-transformation could appear to be like changing, like losing weight. That could be a transformation. Changing how you look in some way could be a transformation. But what I am talking about is psychological transformation. Transformation that involves dying to yourself, dying to your ego, putting that stuff away, and just evolving to and transforming to a new, higher state of being. So, in essence, what we're talking about is it's very difficult to explain, but it's basically just working on ourselves to make ourselves better. Self-development, some people have called this self-help, self-development, things like that, but really it's self-transformation, or at least what I'm doing. So, if you don't know, I am currently working a program that takes me through the 12 steps, and they have different, there's different groups out there that do this for different things. For example, Marijuana Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous, Codependence Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, things like that. And that is the most intense work that you will ever do in your life. So I would highly recommend anyone who is seeking self-transformation and to die to their limitations and victim mentality. It's not easy, but it is, it's hard work that basically gets you to transform yourself and evolve and grow psychologically and mentally. It is. A lot of people don't know how hard that work is. I'm going through it, and it is some of the most intense and hard work that I've done in my life. Because why is it so hard? Because you have to look at yourself. You have to look at your traumas. You have to look at everything that went wrong in your life that you're now resentful of and pissed off about, and that's the stuff that's holding you back. Because that's the stuff that you have victim mentality about. That's the stuff where you go, well, it's not my fault. I didn't do that. I had no choice in the matter. I was a child. This is the shit that's coming up for me, especially. It's like, well, I didn't have any fucking choice in that matter. I didn't decide to be abused. I didn't decide to be neglected and treated badly and treated like crap. But, but at the end of the day, I'm still holding on to the shit. So, it doesn't really matter. It's all about how can we heal from that? How can we heal and grow and become more mature and move on? How can we better ourselves? Once was said, you can become bitter or you can become better. So, as much as I don't want to do the work, and it's freaking just mentally and emotionally exhausting, and I'm there's a lot of crap that I don't want to face. No, I have to do this. I have to do it for myself. And it's like, there's just a lot there that I just don't want to have to relive and re-experience and things like that. So yeah, it is pretty tough. It's a tough process for me, especially. It's very uncomfortable to kind of relive, re-experience all those things, and so yeah, it can be very taxing, very, re-traumatizing. But I mean, I'm currently going through my step 4, which is basically it's the step for like resentments. So you write down who hurt you, who you're resentful at, and things like that, and why you're resentful, and the things that it affected, whether that be your self-esteem, your personal relationships, financial security, emotional security, sex relations, or ambitions, plans for the future. And then you have to go into, what was your part in it? That 4th column is, what was your part? And even if you didn't have a part in perpetuating or in starting that resentment, that thing that somebody did to you, even if you had no part in it and you were a child and you got abused or whatever, your part is the behaviors that continue to perpetuate from that. So for example, if you were abused and neglected and yelled at and all this, and you felt unsafe around your family, and let's say you isolated from them, you hid in your room all the time, that would be, and you continue to just isolate and not have friends or anything like that, that would be a major, that would be like your part in it. So that would be the behavior that resulted from that continues to perpetuate from that. So, yeah, even if you didn't have a part, there's still something that you're hanging on to, or something that maybe you're dwelling on or ruminating on with these resentments. So that's why it's so important to make this list, make this inventory, because it feels like crap going through the process and having to face all this shit and relive it, and it's like really go back into the memory of it, which is really hard, but it's worth it. It is a healing process, and the steps are designed to heal you and help you to overcome all those things. Because what is the other option? It's either you heal and you move on from these things and you grow, or you just keep repeating those same cycles over and over again, and you get the same results. So if your life is a mess, if you're in conflict, if you're having a lot of resentment, a lot of feelings, then I highly recommend a 12-step program. And, you could choose whatever you apply for, whatever. If you're, if you drink all the time to avoid your feelings, AA might be for you. If you smoke a lot of pot, and MA, Marijuana Anonymous, would be for you. So there's tools out there to help you, and all of these are free programs, and you can find somebody specifically who will help you, who will walk you through the steps and help you overcome anything and transform. So yeah, I mean, there's literally no excuse why anybody can't transform, why they can't improve, and why they can't grow. The 12 steps are the key to doing that. So, self-transformation. I know I've been preaching a lot about the 12 steps, but truly, I mean, even if you ask my mentor, he'll tell you, yes, the 12 steps are what Buddhism tried to achieve, but never could. A Buddhist monk once said something like that the 12 steps are basically more effective than Buddhism, because that's what Buddhism tries to achieve, but it's very intellectual. It can't really do that. So anyway, self-transformation. I mean, this is huge. It is such an important thing to strive for, in my opinion, because if you don't grow, if you don't evolve, if you don't learn, if you don't heal, then you're just stuck. You're stuck in a pattern of behavior that leads to self-destruction and self-hatred, all kinds of things, negative things. But if you take this path of self-transformation, and it's, like I said, some of the hardest work that I've ever done in my life on myself. And I've had abuse, neglect, trauma, all kinds of crap in my childhood that, I just really don't want to do the work. But I know that if I don't, I'm doomed to repeat the cycle of what I've been doing for the last 30 years. So, and that's not fun. So, there was a quote by Carl Jung that says, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." Something like that. Something to that effect. It will rule your life or direct your life and you will call it fate. Meaning that whatever we are unconscious of will direct our life and, will rule our life. It will, those unconscious patterns, those unconscious things that we refuse to look at, they persist. What we resist persists. And if we're not looking at ourselves and seeing the patterns and seeing how we can be better, then it just continues to persist. So, it's very important to do this work. So we have something in the Norse tradition that says, it's actually like a quote. It's something that was commonly said by the Norse people. That says, those who die in battle go to Valhalla, Meaning that, that doesn't mean that if you get a knife stuck in your neck while you're in battle, then you're just gonna go to heaven. It doesn't mean that. It means those who continue to strive for self-transformation, and those who continue to strive for, to improve themselves and to become better individuals who strive to go after what they want in life and what they deem valuable and live their own lives according to their own rules. Those who die in battle, those who pursue self-transformation, even if it means dying, even if they die in the process, those who who aim for self-transformation but die in the process, go to Valhalla. So this is, this is some of the most important work that you could ever do in your life, is 12-step work, like I've said, and it's extremely important. And even Odin, what did Odin do? He hung upside down for 9 days and 9 nights on the tree of life, and basically he screamed, taking up the runes. He died. He sacrificed himself, his self, little s, to himself, big S. So he sacrificed himself, his self, to his self. So lower self, or small self, to higher self. So what does that mean? What does Odin's sacrifice mean? It just means, that he hung upside down 9 days and 9 nights on the tree of life. The tree of life is Kundalini. And what is Kundalini? Kundalini is psychological maturity. So Odin went through what I'm going through right now. And, essentially, he sacrificed himself, or his self, to his self. There's a distinction there. So if you want to be like Odin, if you want to become a god, if you want to be, powerful and all that good stuff, then self-transformation work is what you need to be doing. It is the most important work that you could ever do. Alright guys, so that's pretty much what I have. This is really, really extremely tough for me. You notice that I've been not uploading as much. That's because of this work. It's just so taxing, and I'm like halfway between avoiding it completely, avoiding all my responsibilities, and doing it but being emotionally taxed. It's like just a lot of crap going on with me right now at the moment. So if you want to make it easy on me and give me video suggestions, then I can crank those out. But if not, then I'm just gonna have to take things at my own time. And so this is the process that I'm going through, and it's, extremely difficult. It's It's hard to look at my resentments. It's hard to relive the crap that happened to me. It's hard to face my part in it, because I just think, what the fuck? It's like, these people did this to me, and that's not cool. And I hang on to those things. I ruminate about them. I avoid them. I have certain behaviors that have arisen from those. But I know that once I clear that inventory, once I talk about it, once I make that public, or not public, but like when I talk about it with my sponsor, when I bring that stuff to the light, it's just going to benefit me. It's going to make those things less painful, and it's going to just help me to transform and evolve and not let those things that hold me back. Like, for example, I would oftentimes isolate. Well, that's because of the trauma and stuff that happened to me when I was a kid. Well, essentially, that's when we talk about things, it lessens the impact of them, and when we learn that what our behaviors are that resulted from those things, then we can take steps to act in contrary ways, act in healthy and constructive ways. So, in 12 steps, we have something called a higher power, and that could be whatever you want it to be. A shoebox. Could be a shoebox, a doorknob, whatever you want. For me, I first described my higher power as the universe, just a bland concept that could a generalization of just the universe. But now, as I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, yeah, I want my higher power to be Odin, so that's what I'm choosing. So, yeah, and I feel like I can respect Odin because he went through this transformation that not a lot of people are willing to go through. So, if you don't know about Odin, he actually went from being like a dwarf, which is like kind of like a human creature, but like a little bit different and not super versed with Norse mythology, but anyway, went from being like a dwarf, or I guess you could consider it like a human in a sense, to becoming the king of the gods, because he sacrificed himself to himself, and he transformed himself. That's the key to transformation, self-transformation. We are taking our limited state as human beings and we are raising it to that of a powerful spiritual being by healing and releasing ourselves from the bondage of our resentments, the bondage of the things that we're afraid of, our patterns, our behaviors, our destructive, patterns and behaviors, and things like that. So, yeah, I highly recommend anyone to, do the work, but just thought I'd come on here and let you guys know how I'm feeling. I'm, having a really rough time, but here I am, trying to make videos for you guys and not, just trying to be more consistent with it. So anyway, guys, here I am. Take me or leave me. So I know this video was kind of all over the place, but, you know, that's me. C'est la vie. Alright, so if you're interested in anything that I have to offer, then you can go to my website, gebotheshaman.com, and I am the best astrologer that you will ever meet. No, just kidding. But anyway, I have my book here, Tantric Secrets of Vedic Astrology. If you want to learn about Tantric practices and things like that, then that book will help you out. Tantric Secrets of Vedic Astrology. You can find that on Amazon, and you can go to my website, gebotheshaman.com, and it'll be the first link on the top, so you can click that and get the book. Alright, and then we have Qigong courses. So this is something that I haven't really been promoting, but it is extremely powerful. If you want to transform yourself, I have what's called a 90-day challenge, or it's called the Self-Transformation Challenge. And it incorporates Qigong, Kundalini Yoga, meditation, and a spiritual practice that opens the heart-mind, the Shin energy of the heart-mind. So there's that. And yeah, so there you go. I mean, it's, I would highly recommend that, especially, you know, if you're doing the work like I am. Qigong is extremely helpful because it just relaxes you. It takes you out of that, you know, that fight or flight mode, that anxiety mode, that, you know, avoidant mode. It just kind of calms you down and relaxes you and all that good stuff. And it's very good for bringing the energy, you know, bringing energy into the body, raising the frequency of the body and things like that. So it's very, very powerful, very important. And then if you want to become a certified Vedic astrologer, then you can go to my website, gebotheshaman.com. Once you do, you'll see my Vedic astrology certification course. And when you purchase that course and you study it and take the test, then I will give you your very own Vedic astrology website to become a Vedic astrologer. So you can take payment through that website and all that good stuff. So that's something that I'm offering for free. The course isn't free, but the website is. So, and then we have the Vedic astrology readings. So if you're interested in, you know, astrology readings and things like that, highly recommend you go to my website, gebotheshaman.com, and check out what I have to offer. I do a very unique style of astrology readings, so highly recommend that. And then we have the birth time rectification. So if you're interested in, well, if you don't have an exact accurate birth time down to the minute, then I would highly recommend that you get that. And yeah, it's extremely beneficial to have an exact time of birth, so that way you know, because some astrology charts, some divisional charts, some Varga charts, it change every like 2 minutes, so it's important to have that down exactly, precisely. So then we have the rune readings. So rune readings are essentially where I talk about your, the present, the things that are going on in the present and the near future for you. So it's very important to, if you're unsure about what life is throwing at you, where life is taking you and things like that, it's good to have a rune reading. So that's something that I offer. And then we have the career coaching and life coaching. So if you're interested in knowing what your perfect career is, then I would highly recommend you go to my website, check out that. And we also have the life coaching. So essentially, life coaching is it's where I, work on you or work with you on a continuous basis, and basically get you to where you want to go, both spiritually, psychologically, and and physically, with physical prosperity and wealth and things like that. So whatever your dreams are, whatever your soul desires are, we can help you to get there. And then we have the trauma healing course called the Emotional Awareness course, and so that's just very, very powerful course that helps you to become more aware of your emotions and help heal your traumas and all that good stuff. Then we have the distance energy healing session with me. That's basically a 1 hour session where you go ahead and meditate, and I'll work on you separately. It's not like via Zoom or anything like that. It's just I'll send you a day that I'm going to be working on you, and then you can meditate on that day. And I work via Reiki and Shamanism and distance energy healing, essentially to send you that energy. I work with your guides and guardians, ancestors and angels, and really help you to receive the higher dimensional energy. Because when I do Qigong, it's when I do the Qigong stuff that I do for the healing exercises, it's not me that's doing it, it's higher dimensional energy that's doing that. Anyway, guys, that's it for me, so we'll talk to you next time. Peace.